Sator and Cat represent two sides of the film's emotional and thematic core. Sator embodies control, power, and impending doom, while Cat brings a human vulnerability that grounds the story's high-concept action in real emotion. Their relationship drives much of Tenet's tension and moral complexity.
How would you like to die?
Sator, the film's villain, is introduced with sparse, minimal music that immediately sets a cold and eerie tone. The threat he poses feels invisible at first, lurking just beneath the surface. This atmosphere is similar to the haunting soundscape in Chernobyl, and it suits Sator's public facade as a powerful, controlling arms dealer. One of the most striking musical elements associated with Sator is the sound of breathing through a respirator. This is more than just a sound effect. It's woven into the score itself, sometimes reversed, sometimes rhythmic, and sometimes almost human in quality.
But you're not angry enough.
Early on, it feels like part of the environment, but as the film progresses, it takes on more meaning. We learn Sator is dying from pancreatic cancer, and the breathing motif symbolizes the man drawing his final breaths, a constant reminder of his mortality. Alongside this breathing motif, there's a deep, steady heartbeat pulsing through the music. This reflects Sator's obsession with time and control, especially highlighted by his frequent checking of his own pulse. This heartbeat acts like a ticking clock beneath his score, emphasizing how limited his time really is. Composer Ludwig Göransson experimented with distorted industrial noises to create Sator's musical identity. Some of these sounds even resemble a Geiger counter clicking, a subtle but chilling detail that conjures associations with radiation, danger, and irreversible destruction. This sonic choice deepens the idea that Sator is toxic, not just in his action, but in what he symbolizes. A key musical turning point comes in the scene where Sator brings Cat into the weapons-filled room. Here, the music shifts dramatically from restrained to violent. A piercing synthesizer slide cuts through the score, loud and sudden, expressing Sator's brutal and terrifying nature. The heartbeat returns, now joined by wrecked, uneven breaths. The music no longer hides the threat. It fully exposes Sator's selfish and merciless character. From here on, he is clearly the film's embodiment of pure evil. However, Tenet doesn't leave the character one-dimensional. In the final act, during his philosophical conversation with the protagonist, the film probes the complexity of evil. The score reflects this uncertainty with tense, unresolved music that never allows the audience to feel fully confident about Sator's motivations. This mirrors the film's invitation to question morality and the limits of judgment.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? Despair or anger?
On the opposite side is Cat, Sator's wife, who provides Tenet's emotional core. Amid a story heavy on violence, logic, and temporal puzzles, Cat's presence adds essential vulnerability and humanity. Her theme stands apart from the electronic score, built around just two notes played on strings, without synth layers or percussion. This simplicity makes the motif feel more organic, more human. Ludwig Göransson noted in interviews that adding a human element to a largely electronic score can elevate the entire soundtrack. Cat's theme does exactly that. It brings softness and emotional depth, offering a different kind of intensity, grounded in inner struggle rather than external action. Her theme's uneven 7/8 meter creates a subtle sense of imbalance, reflecting something missing in her life. The absence of clear rhythm or percussion makes it feel delicate, fragile, and incomplete, mirroring her trapped situation. As Cat's character develops and she begins to trust the protagonist, her theme also evolves. Around the two repeated notes, counterpoint lines emerge, ascending and descending in opposite directions. This musical tension mirrors her emotional conflict caught between hope and despair, fight and resignation. Symbolically, Cat can be read as a representation of nature or the earth itself. Her suffering and entrapment echo the damage caused by unchecked greed and exploitation, symbolized by Sator's ruthless control and consumption. She is trapped within the world he dominates, much like the environment is bound to the consequences of humanity's destructive actions. This metaphor becomes clearer in the film's final act, where a subtle but delicate reference to climate change appears.
How could they want to kill us?
Because their oceans rose and their rivers ran dry. Don't you see? They have no choice but to turn back. We're responsible.
In this moment, Kat transcends her role as a victim of abuse and becomes a symbol for life, renewal, and resistance, the desire to break free from destruction. Together, Kat and Sator represent two opposing forces: destruction and preservation, greed and care, control and freedom. Their musical themes and narrative arcs give Tenet a deeply emotional and thematic anchor, balancing its complex, time-bending plot with a story about power, love, and survival. With Sator's menace and Kat's struggle, we turn our attention to another key player, Priya. Alongside her, we'll explore recurring themes that tie the film's many threads together, revealing even more about Tenet's layered narrative.